What's up, guys? Alex back again, and today I'm doing a response to Hanna over at the Omaha Introvert, because she recently did a video on her top 20 favorite bands and artists, so I figured I'll do mine. Now, I haven't included any hip-hop artists or groups because I don't think that would be fair, because otherwise this list would be filled with them. Just because hip-hop's my favourite genre and what I listen to the most, so this list would be pretty much filled with hip-hop artists and groups if I did that. So I'll make a separate list for that at some point if you guys want to see that. Just let me know and I can make a separate list. There's also not many funk and soul bands in here or artists, because there's not that many that I listen to constantly. I tend to listen to like one or two songs all the time by the same artists, but not different, and I don't think I should really count them. So these are just 10 bands. I've chosen probably the album I listen to the most by each of these groups. Maybe not for a couple of them, but let me stop rambling and let's get into this. So coming in at number 20 for my 20th favourite band is going to be Steely Dan. A band that does not have a bad album. This is their album Asia. Easily my favourite album by Steely Dan, of course, so I had to give it a mention. Sorry, my phone's still going off, but yes, Steely Dan is coming in as my 20th favourite band. I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible, and as closer we get to 10, the more I'll explain. And coming in at number 19 is the Bee Gees. Both eras of Bee Gees, so back when they were a progressive rock band, and even into their disco era in the mid-70s. This, of course, is their Odessa album with the velvet cover, and this is the nicest copy of this I've ever seen. So for that reason, I grabbed it. And actually, it was a Christmas present, so I don't know why I'm saying I grabbed it. But yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful album. Definitely worth checking this one out. I'm not meant to be giving a review, I'm just meant to be telling you my top 20 favourite bands, and this is number 19, Bee Gees. You might say that's a bit weird, but for me, I love them. At number 18 is going to be a band called Soons. They're sort of shoegazy, alternative rock, elements of psychedelic in it. Very similar to Primal Scream. If you like Primal Scream, you might like these guys. But yeah, I was given the privilege to see them live at near the beginning of this year, and that's kind of what turned me on to these guys. So had to pick this up when it was cheap, and yeah, there it is. Soons coming in at 18. Oh, they are Canadian, by the way. From Montreal, I almost forgot to mention that. So yeah, Soons at 18, and at number 17 is Vancouver Sleep Clinic, another band I got to saw live. Actually, my very next gig after Soons, and that kind of seeing those two bands live kind of factors into this list, because they probably wouldn't be as high, but seeing them live just put them up in my estimations. And funny enough, I actually got to meet the band after the gig, because they were doing a meet and greet afterwards. So yeah, and despite being called Vancouver Sleep Clinic, they're actually from Australia. So, but I love these guys. Everything they've ever put out, I love. The only reason they're not any higher is because I don't actually listen to them as much as I listen to the rest of the groups on this list. 16 is going to Talk Talk. Love these guys. Fantastic 80s band. Wish I had more of their stuff to show you, but for now I'm just going to show you this one, The Colour of Spring. Incredible band right here. Again, the only thing that stops them from being any higher is because really I don't listen to them that much compared to the rest of these bands. But I love them that much that they still had to make my top 20. Number 15, I'm pretty sure this is Creedence Clearwater Revival. Another band I love. Hanna, you said they'd be on your top 40. Well, they are in fact in my top 20 for sure. My favourite song by them will easily be Who'll Stop the Rain. I love that song so much, and there's nothing that will say otherwise. But yeah, fantastic group, phenomenal stuff there. Just love them. So that's 15, I think. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Yeah, that was 15. So coming in at 14, AC/DC. Of course, I could show you many of their albums, but I'm only picking out this one because it's the first one I grabbed, really. But yeah. Oh, I didn't know if someone had their address on there, but doesn't matter. Yeah. AC/DC coming in at 14. Again, I don't listen to them as much as I used to, but they still have to make the top 20 because they're quite an early band for me that I fell in love with. So there you go, AC/DC. And 13 is Queen. There is some stuff by Queen that I don't like, mainly a little bit of their 80s stuff, and then the one album that was put out after Freddie Mercury passed away, and a couple of things in their earlier stuff as well. But outside of that, I love everything else. But I love Queen so much. A lot of their stuff is really good, a lot of it, and I can play, songs like We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, even Don't Stop Me Now, which, although it's not on this album, it's on the follow-up to this. I can play that out when I'm DJing, so because people love that song. So yeah, Queen. At 13, I believe. At 12, we're going with quite a modern band again, Imagine Dragons. These guys are fantastic. I was just listening to them on the way home from work, and yeah, I do in fact really like these guys. Wish I had more of their stuff, and wish I got the chance to see them live, because I think they'd be an amazing live band to see. But yeah, easily one of my, as you can see, one of my favourite modern bands. You won't see many more coming up, I don't think. No, you don't. No, you won't. So yeah, Imagine Dragons are coming in at number 12, and coming in at number 10. No, sorry, coming in at number 11, just shy of making the top 10, is going to be Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson's music. There is not a single bad song in his discography. Some of it I don't like, personally, but it's only because it's not stuff that I listen to all the time. The stuff I listen to all the time, I love it. The stuff that I don't listen to all the time is maybe the stuff I don't recognize. It's the stuff I may not like that much, but yeah. I'm rambling. This is, of course, Dangerous, one of the first Michael albums I picked up, and I love this album so much. I had to show it. There it is. Yeah, just incredible stuff. Michael Jackson at number 11. Now the rest of these, it was really hard to put these in order, but I did it. So coming in at number 10 is The Police. Love these guys. I could have showed you Zenyatta Mondatta, but I went with this one because I need to upgrade my copy of Zenyatta Mondatta. And what else would you show them their debut? Their awesome debut. So there is that. Outlander Say and More. Like I said, I don't want to say too much, but basically my dad's a fan of The Police as well, so I pretty much grew up on their music, and I may have rediscovered them a bit later in my life, but I love their music and pretty much love anything that they've put out. So the only reason they're this low on my list is because I don't listen to them as much as I wish I did. At number 9, and I'm sort of looking at this list as I'm doing this, I'm thinking I should put these guys a bit higher. No, I'll leave it as is. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Bob Marley and the Wailers, it is technically on all of his albums, coming in at number 9. Of course, this is another group without a bad album. I just love everything that Bob Marley has ever put out. So, in fact, I love reggae in general, but the only reggae group or artists that I can put in my top 10 because I love everything that they've ever done, basically. So, Bob Marley and the Wailers coming in at number 9. Quite a phenomenal one here at number 8. This is Gary Clark Jr. He's done work with Stevie Wonder. He's done work, well, he hasn't done work with Stevie Wonder. He's covered Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. He's worked with Beyonce, Ed Sheeran. He's got 2 albums out. He performed at Hyde Park the same day Eric Clapton was performing. Now, I wish I would, if I was going to go see someone, I would have gone to see Gary Clark Jr. Phenomenal live artist. This is in fact his live album. Give this a listen, and that should tell you how good he is live. He's incredible. And it's actually through his cover of Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder how I discovered him. So, yeah, just a phenomenal guitarist, talented musician, honestly. And he's coming in at my number 8 spot. At number... is that 8? Yeah, this is 7. I'm going with Supertramp. I could have probably put them a little lower on the list, but Supertramp is easily one of my favourite bands at the moment. I've been listening to them more so recently as I've been rediscovering a lot of the work that I have been missing out on. So, yeah, Supertramp coming in at 7, and coming in at 6, another recent band. I think, yeah, not the last recent band we're going to see, but this is the second to last recent band that we're going to see. Cigarettes After Sex. I discovered these guys early last year, before they were releasing this album, and they are just fantastic. They're chill out, ambient music, phenomenal stuff, and they are one of the fastest growing word of mouth bands in the world right now. They are really, really talented, and if you like chilled music, this is a band for you. I love them, so maybe you guys can give them a chance as well. That's terrible, but yeah, Cigarettes After Sex, a phenomenal band, and once I get the new 7-inch that I pre-ordered from them, I will officially have everything by them on vinyl. So yeah, Cigarettes After Sex. Time for something a bit more heavier. At number 5, Led Zeppelin. Only reason these guys are not any higher is because I don't listen to them that much, honestly. But I do think Led Zeppelin should make any top list. I love these guys. In fact, when I heard Good Times, Bad Times for the very first time, I was floored. And it was from this album that I listened to it, because I picked it up on Christmas. Yeah, I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I remember almost dropping to the floor when I heard the intro to Good Times, Bad Times, because that's how much of an impact it had on me, and I've never forgotten that, and for that reason they have to make my top 5. Like I said, because I don't listen to them that as much as I would like, they're not making the list any higher. Now coming in at number 4, I unfortunately don't have any albums by this band. I wish I did, but I've only got a 12-inch to show you. I was going to pull out some 7s, but then I remembered I had this. This is the 12-inch for Psycho Killer by Talking Heads, because Talking Heads albums don't come up at all in my area, really. But yeah, I have Talking Heads at number 4. They obviously have some bad songs that I wouldn't say bad songs, just songs that don't really connect as well with me, but I just love these guys. I remember listening to Psycho Killer on road trips with my dad, and that just always stuck with me, and for that reason I've always loved Talking Heads. So there it is. Talking Heads coming in at number 4. At number 3, the last artist we're going to see. The rest are all bands, but this is Stevie Wonder. Songs in the Key of Life. I'm showing you. I could have showed you again. I could have showed you so many different bands or so many different albums by him, but I chose this one mainly because it's the one everybody knows. You know, classics like Sir Duke, Pastime Paradise, Isn't She Lovely, Love's in Need of Love Today. Yeah, just a phenomenal artist. No, there's nothing by Stevie Wonder that I don't like, and it's not like Michael Jackson where I don't like the stuff he put out when he was younger. I still like the stuff by Stevie when he was younger. Like with Michael Jackson, unless he's in the Jackson 5, his older stuff doesn't really connect with me that well. But with Stevie, it's different. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Stevie Wonder is coming in at number 3 as my third favourite artist. Number 2 might surprise a lot of you, because some of you may not think of me as someone who listens to a lot of punk, but this band in particular changes all that. And they're coming in at number 2, just for that reason, and this is The Clash. Now, I will be honest with you, should I stay or should I go, I discovered through Stranger Things, the Netflix show, because it was used in that, and because I'm a big fan of that show, I've been checking out more of the Clash's stuff, and there is not a song by them I don't like. In fact, I've been listening to them so much since that show debuted, that they are now officially my second favourite band. And I can only show you this because it just like Talking Heads, their albums never really come up in my area. If they do, they're overpriced or not in very good condition. But this is nice because it covers the first 5 Clash albums, and they're probably my favourite Clash albums. So this is a nice little compilation to have. Sorry, Clash. But yeah, Topper Headon, I think actually the drummer, I think lives somewhat locally to me. I'll have to do some research. Maybe get this signed. We'll see. But yeah, there it is, The Clash. Coming in at number 2. And number 1, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, should come as no surprise. It's Arctic Monkeys. I talk about them so much on my channel that maybe they bore a lot of you now, but they are, without a doubt, my favourite band. I've got all their studio albums. I saw them live earlier this year in September. I've even got a poster up there. Not from the gig I went to, but from another live gig, because unfortunately I missed out, but I knew someone else who was going, so they could pick that one up for me. I've got merchandise, I've got shoes with Arctic Monkeys on the logo, I've got t-shirts, I've got books, I've got live albums, I've got I'm making it a mission to get everything, because I love the Arctic Monkeys that much. Again, I could have picked any album to show you, but I'm showing this one because it's the most recent one that I picked up out of their discography. But yeah, this is just, all of their albums are great, by the way. Even the new one, which everyone slates, but I love it. Yeah, this is a good album, great album. So yeah, Arctic Monkeys are my favourite band of all time. That should come as no surprise to anybody. But yeah, that is my top 20 favourite bands and artists list. Let me know if there's any on there that surprised you. And yeah, let me know. I want to see more video responses to Hanna's video, because I don't really see these too often. I mean, I know it's not a thing for some people to have a favourite band, but I know people have favourite bands and artists. Come on, guys, let's be real. So yeah, let me and Hanna see your lists, and that will do it for mine. So, or you can just leave yours down in the description or in the comments below. Let me know. But yeah, I'm rambling again. I apologise. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. As always, if you're a returning viewer, thanks again for tuning back into the channel, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Peace.